In Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, Gotham stands as the ultimate battleground between good and evil, a city divided between the ideals of justice and chaos, where heroes and villains collide in ways that challenge the very fabric of society. But what if the ending had been different? What if Harvey Dent, Gotham's White Knight, had not fallen to darkness? In this video, we're going to dive into an alternate ending where Harvey Dent makes a choice that forever changes the fate of Gotham City. Join us as we explore how a redeemed Harvey Dent could have reshaped the narrative of The Dark Knight, and perhaps even the entire trilogy. At the heart of The Dark Knight lies Harvey Dent's fall from grace. A man once revered as the symbol of justice in Gotham, Harvey loses everything: his fiancée Rachel, his sense of hope, and ultimately his moral compass. After the brutal assault that leaves him scarred, Harvey adopts the persona of Two-Face, driven by revenge and a twisted sense of justice. His decision to turn to chaos, flipping a coin to determine the fate of his victims, is the turning point that seals his tragic fate. But what if Harvey didn't let his grief and pain consume him? What if, at the pivotal moment after his confrontation with Batman, he chose a different path? Let's step into an alternate reality. Harvey Dent, standing at the edge of madness, takes a long, hard look at his coin. Instead of allowing fate to decide, he makes the conscious choice to stop. In this moment of clarity, Harvey rejects the chaos that has overtaken him and discards the coin. He realizes that vengeance is not the answer, and that the system of justice he once believed in is worth fighting for. This change in Harvey Dent's story would send shockwaves through Gotham, starting with Batman. If Harvey Dent were to embrace redemption, it would have a profound impact on Batman's mission. Batman, who has always struggled with the balance between law and chaos, would see Harvey as the embodiment of what could have been, a man who fought for justice until the very end. It would be a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a choice. This would spark a renewed sense of hope in Gotham and in Batman himself. Instead of turning Harvey Dent into a villain, Batman could have forged an alliance with him to rebuild Gotham's broken justice system. The two would stand side by side, symbolizing the fight for justice and the restoration of order. Harvey, having shed his darker persona, could have helped Batman track down the remaining criminals in Gotham, leading a wave of reform in the city's corrupted legal system. In this alternate timeline, Harvey Dent's redemption would also have massive implications for Gotham. Instead of becoming a symbol of destruction, Harvey would become a symbol of hope. He would use his position as district attorney to clean up the streets, taking down corrupt officials and dismantling the crime syndicates that have plagued the city for so long. Rather than letting the Joker's influence completely dismantle the city's justice system, Harvey would have been an unyielding force for good. His return would have sparked a renewed sense of unity within Gotham's citizens, a city so desperately in need of someone to believe in. Harvey's journey, though filled with pain, would become a testament to the power of redemption and the idea that even the darkest souls can be saved. But the Joker wouldn't let this happen without a fight. With Harvey Dent now standing as Gotham's protector, the Joker's role as the agent of chaos would have been even more dangerous. The Joker thrives on chaos, and a redeemed Harvey Dent would represent everything the Joker despises. It would lead to a final showdown between the two ideologies: chaos versus order, madness versus justice. The Joker, unable to corrupt Harvey further, would seek to destroy him completely. But in this alternate timeline, Harvey Dent's strength of character would prevail. With Batman at his side, Gotham's citizens would finally have the courage to stand up against the Joker's reign of terror. The city would no longer be a pawn in the Joker's twisted game. In this alternate ending, Harvey Dent's redemption would lead Gotham into a new era, an era where justice, not chaos, reigns supreme. It would mark the beginning of a new chapter for Gotham, one where hope replaces fear and justice prevails over anarchy. Batman and Harvey Dent, once allies and now brothers in arms, would fight side by side to restore balance to the city. In the end, the Dark Knight would not be defined by the fall of a hero, but by the rise of one. Harvey Dent's redemption would prove that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, there is always light, a light that can guide the way, even when all seems lost. What do you think would have happened if Harvey Dent had made that choice?